Welcome to our 12th episode of Marjan's musical soiree. Marjan, your mother, the famous Hungarian soprano Marta Eggerth, worked closely with Franz Lehar from the age of 18. Amongst the 6 Lehar movies your mother made, 4 were adaptations from his operettas, and 2 were written with Marta's soprano voice in mind. She sang many of his songs in concert and on stage, especially, of course, the famous Merry Widow. The Merry Widow was, of course, with her husband, your father, the celebrated tenor Marjan Kiepura. Today, we are going to hear you accompany your mother in another song from the 1990 May Festival in Wiesbaden at the Wiesbaden Opera, Nur die Liebe macht uns jung. Only love can make you young. This was composed by Franz Lehar. The lyrics are by Alfred Maria Wilner and Robert Bodansky. It is the story of the daughter of a wealthy Romanian aristocrat about to marry a suitable young officer, but at the engagement celebration she becomes attracted to a violinist. A complex romantic story ensues. Marjan, as I mentioned, your mother worked closely with Franz Lehar. In fact, he wrote many songs especially for her voice. What else can you tell us? What other insights can you share with us for our audience?
First of all, Jane, I'd like to say what is interesting about operetta as a genre is there are sort of happy endings. And in opera itself, everybody dies. In operetta, everybody sort of goes off happily, hand in hand or arm in arm or whatever. So just as the title insinuates, love keeps us young, makes us young. Die Liebe macht uns jung. It's a happy, wonderful aria. Franz Lehar, yes. I, of course, grew up. I didn't know him. I was born afterwards, after Franz Lehar passed away. But I grew up, of course, with the music of Franz Lehar and many, many, many stories of Franz Lehar. We have letters from Franz Lehar to my mother. We have autographed photos. At his home in Bad Ischl in Austria, he had a portrait of my mother on his piano for many, many years. So, yes, Lehar is a word that I am well familiar with, and his works and his life, and he was a very, open person. I remember my mother saying easy to work with. If she wanted something changed in the music, he was amenable to that. He was a delightful, open-hearted, wonderful individual, and quite the genius. Franz Lehar was a genius, and I was very happy to play his music.
And of course, we'll be talking more about Lehar in future podcasts, especially about The Merry Widow. We will now hear Nur die Liebe macht uns jung by Franz Lehar, sung by Marta Eggerth and accompanied by her son Marjan Kiepura, performed live in Germany at the Wiesbaden Opera House in May 1990.
Nur die Liebe macht uns jung, Franz Lehar. Ich weiß ein Rezept, ja ganz famos, das immer uns verjüngt. Befolgen muss genau ganz bloß, damit die Kur gelingt. Das find ich brillant, das ist charmant, ach nennen das mitten Sie mir. Ein tiefer Sinn, der liegt darin, doch steht es auf keinem Papier. Wo nimmt man denn die Jugend her? Durchs Leben, da klingt eine Melodie, so lockend, reizend, süß. Ein uraltes Lied, aber ewig neu. Es klingt aus dem Paradies. Es zieht durch die Welt in 3/4 so jubelnd, so jauchzend beglückt. Es singt von dem ewigen
Thank you for joining us and sharing Marjan's unique insights and reflections on his own very special musical heritage. I'm your host, Jane Knox, and we look forward to being back with you again very soon.